Hello, my fellow friends and YouTubers, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube. We're back in the Amusement Arcade for another visual pinball game, visual pinball video for you. Now, in this video, I'm actually going to be talking about the different types of visual pinball tables that you can use if you like to play visual pinball. I've had a number of people ask me, what type of different types of tables are there that you can that you can play. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you the type of tables that I use, but I'm also going to show you a couple of other types as well, and just explain what some of the different tables are that you can use, the different types of tables. Now, we're going to go to the vpforums.org site to go ahead and actually show you the different types of tables. That's the site that I use to download all my tables and everything that I've had on my pinball machine here that you see in my basement arcade. I want to mention too that if you want to go ahead and check on my channel, I have a lot of I've just uploaded new visual pinball play videos I have showing you different visual pinball tables that I've been able to play on my skeletal pinball machine that I built here in my basement arcade. Also, if you want to know how I built this machine that you're seeing these actually played on, just consult my skeletal pinball machine video I have on my channel. It's going to show you how I actually built this machine these are being played on. I also want to mention that if you want to go ahead and click that subscribe button, feel free to do so. That way you can keep up with all my current videos that are coming out. If you like what you see, go ahead and smash the like button as well. And also, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those in the comments section down below. And as always, I want to thank you for your support. I'm going to go ahead and go to the computer now. We're going to go to the vpforums.org site, and I'm actually going to show you the different types of tables that you can use and the differences between them, because I've had a lot of people ask me about this, and I think that this video you'll find very helpful in your visual pinball needs and things like that if you're setting up a visual pinball machine, or if you just want to play some visual pinball. Okay, enjoy the video. Okay, we're now going to go to the vpforums.org site so you can actually get a chance to see some of the different types of tables that they have that you can use for your visual pinball needs. Now, all the videos that you see on my pinball machines, I've gotten all my pinball machines from the VP Forums site here, vpforums.org. That's where I've gotten all my pinball machines that you see on my videos from my visual pinball table videos on my skeletal pinball machine. They all came from the vpforums.org site. This site's been invaluable and very, very helpful for me over the years. Okay. Now, what we're going to focus on this time is we're going to focus on visual pinball tables. Now, if you go to the Visual Pinball Tables tab, you're going to see there's several different types of tables. There's desktop tables on these categories, and then there's VP9 cabinet tables, and there's VPX tables. I don't use VPX tables, so I won't be covering that in this video. If you do use VPX tables, there is a tab for that. Now, before I had the large tables that you see on my videos, I used to use what are called desktop tables. Now, you're going to notice that the desktop tables have different types of categories under VP desktop tables. There's recreations that people have recreated themselves of the actual tables, and then there's also original tables that people made on their own, that are original designs that they came up with. So you're going to see that they're under here, and then on the bottom, of course, we have the ROMs and things that you need to run the tables. Okay. Now, to give you an example, we're going to just use desktop tables, VP recreations, just to show you what a desktop table actually is. Now, Before I used to have the, like I was saying, before I had the full-size cabinet I have, and I used to use desktop creations, okay? Now I'm going to use, let's find one here. I'm going to go use Algar's to show you a good example of what it looks like, okay? Okay. Now, what a desktop table is, if you don't have a full-size visual pinball machine and you just want to play it on your desktop, that's what this is right here. This is a desktop pinball machine. This basically plays on your desktop, on your computer. You would play this on your regular monitor. If you just have one monitor and you want to play it, this basically allows you to play a pinball machine on your computer without having a full-size cabinet. That's what desktop tables are. You're going to see now. When you have desktop tables and things, I still use Visual Pinball and everything to set these up, but the only difference is instead of having a full screen cabinet, it uses a desktop cabinet, which is what you see here, where you're going to have the scores and things. This is all on the desktop. You're going to have the scores and things on here, along usually with a backlash type image in the background. Now your flipper buttons and everything are going to be controlled by your keyboard, or if you have a game controller, you can program those into your game controller as well. Okay. Now this is what I used to use before I had my full-size cabinet. Now you're also going to notice a lot of times too that sometimes they'll have lights and things on the side as well. That also will light up also like the backlash lights, like the game over lights and things. They'll actually have those on the desktop as well to replicate the backlash on your desktop, as you can see here. Okay. So that's what a desktop is, okay? Now, just to give you another example, if we go back to this, those are the desktop tables. Now, VP Cabinet 9 tables, this is what I use right now primarily, is VP 9 cabinet tables. Now, you got to notice that they have these in several categories. There's an all category that shows you all the tables. There's a full screen cabinet. Now, full screen cabinets are mostly what I use, are full screen cabinets. There's also a thing called, there's also a thing called the full screen B2S cabinet. There's a lot of people that use B2S cabinets now. They use the full screen B2S cabinet. I don't actually use those. I still use the full screen cabinets because my backglasses and things I've designed to work with that. Okay. Now you're going to also notice that there's a category in here called span cabinet tables. Now it says these tables should only be used with XP on an ultra pin-like setup. I don't use that, so I don't need to have these. There's media packs. This is where you get all those packs that show artwork and things under media packs, and then there's a ROMs, of course, that I use to play these. Now I'm going to focus mainly on the full screen cabinet to show you how this works. When you go to full screen cabinet, when you click on the full screen cabinet, you're going to have a list that's going to come up on the bottom of the screen. Now, these are all the cabinets that are full screen. This is designed if you have a pinball machine like I have on my videos. That's what these are for here. Okay? Now, for example, like the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Okay? When I click on that, okay, it's going to give you an image. This is what it looks like when you play it on the actual full-size pinball machine, like I have in my videos. That's what this is. This isn't for desktops. This is for a full-size pinball machine where you have where you have a table and things down below, and then you have a separate monitor for your back glasses. This would be the playfield monitor image that you would have on the playfield, and then of course the back glass would be on the second monitor you have up top for your back glass. Okay, that's what these are. Okay, this is a full screen table, okay? Now, a lot of times what you're going to have in here also, in addition to having the actual table itself, it's actually going to tell you different things that they've done to the table, like if they've done mods, what type of different things it's used to run the table. Normally, you're going to have those in the information on the left-hand side here as well, okay? On the right-hand side, it's going to also tell you things such as who submitted the table, who made the table, things like that, and then also the submitter that made made the table, and also it's going to have things such as like the author and everything, how many times it's been downloaded, the file size, everything here you need to know here. And it's also going to have previous versions. Now, one of the things that's very interesting on here too, if you notice, I just showed you the tables. Okay, these are full screen tables. Now you're going to notice on the left hand side of the screen, when you're on the main menu for the full screen tables, there's a thing called VP9 mod cabinet tables. Now what these are is these are tables that people have modified. Now the VP9 B2S cabinet tables, that's if you're using B2S. I don't use these. I use the cabinet tables that you see on top, the full screen ones. Now you're going to notice if you go to VP9 mod cabinet tables, okay, what these are is these are tables that have been modded by people. They've done different mods and things. Maybe they've enhanced the tables. Maybe they've used LEDs to light up the tables. That's what the mod tables are. Now, what normally is going to happen is when you go to the mod table, okay, remember it's under mods. It's under mod cabinets. That's where you're going to find it. If you go, for example, like let's go to Andromeda the game plan, FS mod plus light mod. Okay, that means this person has done 2 mods to this original table. Now normally when you have these, normally if you go to the original full screen cabinet, normally you'll find the full screen cabinet, and then you can go to the mod table if you want to find the modded table. And normally what they'll do is they'll tell you exactly what they did to mod the table from the original version that was under the full screen cabinets that I showed you in the beginning of the video. Okay. Now you're going to see, for example, it's going to normally they'll have everything that was on the other pages, but what it's going to do is it's going to say, for example, a mod of DB records and drum and FS version. Okay, it's going to show you what they've done to make it a mod table, what they've done to modify it. Okay, and the good example thing is, for example, if there's artwork that needs to be redone, or they want to make it look a little bit better, sometimes they'll mod the table and they'll make it look better. They'll enhance the image and things like that. They'll enhance the character of the table. They'll improve the artwork. Sometimes they'll add new plastics. For example, like let me show you an example. Okay. Sometimes on a table, for example, if they don't like the original plastics, or if they have a better image of the plastic, they'll basically mod the table with a new image that looks better than the original. Now, the thing to keep in mind with mod tables, sometimes mod tables might require you to have different things to run them versus the original table I've run into more than once or twice. So just remember, the mod tables are a lot of fun. For example, let's say, for example, you want to have a table that has been LED'd with LEDs to simulate LEDs. That would be considered one of the mod tables. So several of the tables have mods where they simulate LEDs, okay? Or you want to have additional artwork and things, or you want to have an improved table. That's what a mod table is, okay? All right, now let me close out of that. Let me go ahead and close out of this, okay? So now, as you can see on Visual Pinball, there's what I was showing you is there's several different types of tables that you have to use depending on your needs. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is also what I didn't tell you is you want to make sure whenever you're downloading a cabinet, whether it's a mod cabinet or a full screen cabinet, you always want to check things underneath on the left-hand side to make sure that it's going to run on your version of Visual Pinball that you're running. Normally it will tell you on there exactly what version of Visual Pinball that it will run on, okay? But you're going to see things like this table runs VPH Physical Mod 5. You need to be aware of some of these things. If you load a table into your cabinet and it's not playing properly or it won't load properly, then you want to go ahead and check this and make sure that you're able to run the table that you have. I've also run into situations where depending on the type of Visual Pinball that I'm using, I might need to have a more newer version of Visual Pinball machine to run some of these tables. So that's just a thing to keep in mind too. And then the last thing I was going to show you is normally underneath the table then as well, they normally have responses to what people think about the table. You know, how does a table work? Are they happy with it? Are there any problems? Sometimes if there's problems with the table, they'll actually have it in the comments section on how to fix it, okay? For example, for example, this person says when the ball comes in contact with the flipper, it launches off so fast you can't even see it where it goes. Sometimes it even flies off the upper right of the playfield. If people are playing these tables and they have problems, sometimes they'll actually have the solutions in this comments section down below. So if you're playing a machine and it's having problems, always check these in the bottom of the comments section to see if there might be a solution for fixing the table to make it so you can play it to a little bit better for your liking. Okay. I hope that this video has been helpful. The main reason I made this video was I just wanted to explain to people what the different types of tables that you have for Visual Pinball are. Just in case you don't have a full screen cabinet, maybe you have a desktop and you want to run it. This might give you another option if you don't want to have a full screen cabinet, you just want to run it on your desktop. Okay. I hope that this video has been helpful for you, and as always, I want to thank you again for tuning into the Kurt's Place channel here on YouTube, and we'll catch you next video, and I hope you all have a great day. Okay, take care now. Bye-bye, everybody.